Good morning, everyone. MSI has started. Quest for PSG is the first series, and since we work in the LCS and we love NA, well, this has to be the series to watch today. So a lot of people are saying PSG has a chance to beat FlyQuest. I don't think so. I think Inspired is going to be able to handle Jangia, and I think Maple is not the best. It's gonna actually be a good matchup for Jensen because when Jensen is in kind of these slow, um, not too much is happening like mid lane situations, he does great. If he has a mid laner who actually presses the map and advances forward, much more difficult. And of course, Blippo, high expectations for him. And if their bot lane gets their shit together, Masu and Busio, they'll be perfectly fine. Let's get into it.
As well, the Nico. Meanwhile, FlyQuest kind of tried to have Jensen play.
So we have a by Ari Callista ban. That's fine. They actually banned all the really good picks by FlyQuest. So Whipple had an insane finals with Renekton. Lee Sin, I mean, if this is literally one of the best picks for Inspired, just because he can control the game on his own very easily and still play fights well. And this is just a Masu ban, and also kind of a response to like Ballista ban. So they don't want to give over one of these two power picks. Lucian Nami is up if they wanted to go this route in the 1-2. Ari, that's for Maple. Vi, I think this is a general ban. Nautilus. So this is similar to what they did in finals. Like they were prioritizing the Nautilus, and they believe that this is still a good route to go. So why not? I mean, like, if that's what you're registering, that's fine. Senna TK, that's pretty old school. Like, I will say they don't feel confident doing Lucian Nami in the first place at this point because, I mean, it's Nautilus, right? Like, you don't exactly want to play into that. So that's fair. Senna TK, yeah, I have not seen that in a hot minute. Jinx, so this is very expected at this point because there's been it wasn't happening in LCS, but there's been a big increase in Zeri and Jinx as like bot laner picks to be, especially because there's lane swaps and just generally like they have high base HP and they're able to get the lane. So these champions are really risen up. So that's kind of expected. Talia is like a mark at Maple. So it's like a takeaway pick and a grab. And yeah, Azir is up, but Azir is more prone actually to trading in lane. He doesn't have as many W uses. Like, he can't use W as often in lane, which does matter. But it's probably not as big of a nerf to, like, you know? There you go. So this is more bans, even more bans targeted at Inspired. So they're putting a lot of respect and thoughts on like what actually matters, and it is true. The jungle bans do actually matter a lot. Xin Zhao, like Jangia played a lot of good Xin Zhao games, so very fine. Poppy ban, don't care for that. I mean, personally, like it's not even that crazy of a Poppy game, so who cares about that? Wukong. So we saw this in ECS finals. These are the two big like 80 carries, and so obviously with this guy being, you know, their best player, their best carry, that's fine.
This guy is so critical to PSG's win con so frequently. The Xin, the Wukong, and the Vi all banned away from him.
Impossible for him to go Graves, Kindred, not a thing at all. Rumble. So they're going to do a blind Rumble pick, which means that there's a couple options you could do as FlyQuest. You could do like Sante, you can do Aatrox, you can do... That might be it. Oh, you could do TF. TF is crazy here, actually. TF is actually so good. Because none of these champions really have good ways of dealing with him. So, TF is really good. I think it's either TF or Cassante. I think a lot of teams would go that route. Sejuani. There is one thing they need to be worried about is that there's a Jarvan. It's Rumble Jarvan, and Jarvan got a buff to Insight to pick him. And Jinx can't really get out of that, neither can Leah. Sejuani. Urgot. There's no way it's Nidalee. That'd be wild. It would make no sense. So it's Jarvan. Okay, so the Jinx is very prone to plays. That's obvious. Like, like they could do Rumble ulti, Senna ulti with Jarvan R, and she's pretty much dead every time. The Urgot does not run the best defense. He's also a pretty terrible pick into his Azir and Senna, so I'm not really like happy about that. Like, granted, Cassante's also not necessarily the best pick into those champions either, but he can catch them. Urgot, not so much. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. This is not my. It's like a fine draft. Like the. I just don't like the Urgot. I really don't. The Senna TK is like, it's fine, but I don't know about that either. Like Zeri Alistar actually would have been way more interesting. It looks like they're already ready to swap. They did no deep ward checks, so they're just doing a blind swap and they assume it's gonna work because there was really no lane swaps with PSG. They scout to see if he starts Raptor, so he knows he basically probably either started red or he's starting bot side. Urgot is not helping his jungler clear camps. He got some XP, but I really don't know why he did not help clear camps. He really should just, like, help do the red, burn it through. But this is gonna be a little bit different, and so usually the jungler would be prioritizing getting more camps and going up, and then you just sack the Urgot. He actually hit level 2. Now that's interesting, he hit level 2. Oh, that's really bad for them. Interesting. Okay, I'm gonna talk about it once this is done. Okay, so this is the most interesting part. So TK and Senna, like, they're fine level 1, and I need to see. Where was he? The wave met bot lane. He came late. He wasn't even there right away. Oh, Betty screws up. Oh no, Betty screwed up. So Woody needs to trade his HP to not let this guy get in range for these minion kills if he's gonna do this. But Betty hits, so now it's like the wave is really awkward, so TK can't zone properly. And he actually gets all 3 XP. He gets all 3 melees, which are like the big, that's like the big amount of XP, so that's huge. So that's already like big enough. And also keep in mind, their champions, Rumble, Senna, TK, if Urgot starts E, even if he's not level 2, if he starts E, and like this guy can't go in. Like he literally can't go in. He can throw his flag, he can do QE, and leave it at that. Like DK can start hitting and sack himself and use E, flash away, and maybe that's how you do it. But this is like actually super dangerous. And then they use Sejuani to come down, level 3. Oops, level 3. So she has CC too. And your champs literally have TKW and EQ. Like, it's not like you're like if they had Alistar, this would be so much easier because it's really hard to react to Alistar, but it's super easy to react to both Jarvan and TK. And Rumble doesn't help with the situation either, like at all. Like level 1 Rumble, like, really whatever. Huh. I actually think FlyQuest did a super good job with this lane swap navigation. like, I don't know if this is something they're always going to do in terms of like, oh, we're always going to defend like the bot play per se, but it's just specifically because of the champions that PSG are playing, just makes this like really difficult. Now, I will say what Inspire doing is really bad though. Like, once this happens, for one, they can dive again if they want to. Inspire just needs to kind of like leave here and start walking away, and if they try to reapproach, then you come back. But at this point, he needs to head topside. He needs to get his camps. If he does not get his camps, then he is in big trouble. Like, he just had, like, whatever happens bot, happens bot. Like, if they want to pull the wave, they can pull the wave. Like, but they can't, because right now there's a base race of, like, plates. So if they race for plates, if they don't race for plates, then they're trolling. So Inspired's trolling here. This is a bad play. This is never good. Now also, if you notice, Blackquest's duo has gone, like, they've only gone one plate. Not the best. One plate. Now they're gonna swap. And these guys took 2 plates. They're up CS. I don't know how I feel about that, because I think playing for the grubs is pretty important. Especially in lane swap situations, I was a big fan of the fact that, like, if you're hitting, like, if you're able to hit, then grubs has a lot of value. And PSG has been known to prioritize grubs, like, get the XP for their jungler, get him further ahead. And he already knows that he kind of is ahead. So, yeah, their jungler is, like, in a really good spot. Them checking for crab is just like, this play makes no sense, by the way. Like, they're leaning into this. I'd rather go straight in and progress on grubs sooner. So this is kind of like a troll play by PSG to me. Like, if you flash onto Leah and then you're doing a combo, like, that guy's there, they have quicker reaction, doesn't seem good. So now we got 1 plate, Rumble gets all the XP, which is bad. Like, this guy has to get dove. Always. He must always get dove. The only reason I can see why he's doing it this way is that they want to prevent mid movement, but at this point Jensen should just be rolling down anyways. Like, he should just be moving down. They don't care, they'll sack the mid wave, it's fine. You dive, you kill Rumble, you take more free plates, and that's what it is. But now they're messing with, like, this mid connection, and this guy, like, Junjia, is now, like, protecting this, which, I mean, I guess fine, but I would have kept moving up if I'm Inspired. Like, he has to run. Like, if he gets hooked, he has to run. And then this guy is still isolated. And then your Talia can maybe force this push still and then move over. It's actually a little weird that, like, I understand. I mean, I guess maybe their thought process is, like, by the time we do this, this wave is dead. So then I get, like, this is Inspired's thought process. If I go here, it's already dead, like the wave. And then we have to wait for 1 more wave before we can dive him and kill him. And by then, it might be, like, they're already progressing on top. That has to be what he's thinking. So instead, what he's going to do is he's just going to go to Dragon. They're giving up on this, but he gets all of this, and you just get a Dragon. And your Urgot is going to get the top wave, but it's not going to be easy. I wonder what's better. Personally, I do feel like I don't think the Dragon is going to matter. Like, I don't think the Dragon is going to matter enough to make this, like, to make that worth it. I feel like just taking the risk and going for this, or going for this, seems so much better. Because if you're wasting Junjia's time, then at least he's not progressing on camps over you. And even if you're delaying bot a little bit, so be it. Like, if this guy steps up and tries to hit this, Masu hits him. Like, he can't actually just hit this for free. So Yeah, I probably would have done this. I would have done option A. They're doing option B.
Ignite was already used, and it looks like we have a cover here from Ninja as well, so not gonna let him go for that. It's just gonna be the Dragon Tail. Really interesting thing too with the Void Breath change is that they actually increased the value of the buff pretty significantly. The true damage got was increased by 50%. So not only is the timer reducing, but the buff itself is actually more powerful too. And you only need to get to 4, which is
Ooh, Urgot lost like 50% of his HP.
really interesting thing too with the Void Breath change.
So it must be from the Sun and the TK Q poke. So he's actually getting forced out. And then she also, keep in mind, this is great for Senna because you know why they swap top? It's not just because Jungjia wants the grubs, it's because the grubs give them a ton of souls. So Senna gets a boost in souls, which I don't like FlyQuest is giving to them. And yeah, they got, what, 2 plates, 3 grubs, more souls. Jungler is progressed more camps than your jungler. And you got a plate bot. 1 plate. They need a match bot lane. Oh my god. See, the thing what's gonna happen here is the TK and the Senna are gonna hump the bot turret again. And the Rumble is gonna be level 6 to clear the wave. And they have, by the way, they have 3 grubs. So now they're in a situation where they have the grubs and they can kind of get progressed the plates like way more. Oh, that is so good. Okay, good fucking job. Good fucking job. Did he not base? No, he based. This is where Azir needs to shove and he needs to lean top 1 time. He needs to lean top 1 time and defend him so he can get 6. I don't know how close Rumble is to level 6, but if he can get it, he will clear the wave. But the fact that Inspired got here first is huge. That is so good. That's so good for them. Now they realize they need to go bot, but yeah, Blippo is getting screwed, and they took the bot turret because of grubs. So for PSG, they said to themselves, no matter what we're trading, we have the advantage, which they do. So they have the advantage, and I mean, like I said, it's good that he hit this guy before he hit level 6. This was really good if they're going to commit to this plan. But yeah, like it's a net loss for them still. Okay, Zir got his item. Oh boy. Well, now we're in a normal game state, and they have to not give 6 grubs. Like, they can't give Senna more of this. They really can't. Rumble already pushed and is moving up towards top. It's not a bad idea, but is it a good enough idea by them? Like, can they force... Because Jinx is on Kraken. She didn't go, like... Because, you know, Senna has tier 2 boots, which... personally, definitely was not needed to rush that, but, like, he has it. You have your jungle item. This is just a good idea, I guess, in the end, because it's really not expecting it. That's for sure. You're definitely not expecting it. And I don't think he needs the R. I definitely don't think he needs the R. I think he could have just committed it this way. Also, these guys are getting mid push first, so this already makes the play like pretty dicey. So Busio has to start moving over. That's why he does. And yeah, it looks like after the whole Urgot situation, he already started heading towards top to get this and start pressing this, but it's just like, it's too late. The bases already came through, so then he goes for this, but now when you do this, you can't contest grubs. So to them, I guess they figured they're never going to get grubs anyways, so might as well go with this one-off play. Probably would not have committed the R, though.
they're not even gonna have time to start up dragon number 2 because PSG are able to rotate off of that top side that much quicker and head on down for it. Really nice run ultimate from Machi there to clear out the minions and to put a stop to the bottom side push as well.
That's the difference between when Asher died at level 5 and now when he can survive that sort of pressure because he just equalizes the minions and Black Panther have no way of getting there in time to sneak him out under the tower. Now PSG second down towards the bottom side of the punch. TD flash, Maple no flash can. Of course try and dash away man. With no baby on dead, Maple blocked up. Not back. The Emperor's alive.
Nice. Well played. That's really good. This is part of the smart part. This is part of. Ooh, but you lose the dragon. I mean, I said the dragon definitely doesn't matter, and now the dragon really does not matter. Like, after doing the TP play top to get a kill and kind of get things rolling, yeah, you're not dragon stacking it. They got 6 grubs, and they've been humping you, and this, like, the Senna has, like, oh god, this guy actually mined, like, well, he only mined 1 plate, I think. Just 1, not 2.
Bottom side as well makes it pretty easy for Maple to continue split pushing. Another one of the reasons why Azir has remained so popular as a pro pick, throughout the roller coaster of nerfs has been that ability to split push.
Oof. Oof. Rough, man. So rough. I mean, this is just them outgaming them. You know what I mean? Like, so look at this. They have this ward here, and they have this ward here. So they know if they're going to move this way. If they're not showing on the mid wave, then they're obviously, and like, I mean, they could obviously be here too, right? But it means they're basically in this area. They're just in this area. It kills the pink. It's just, dude, he just blind throws it. And you know why? It's because they have 3. Like, they have the numbers. If he's right, then he's just dead. So, wow, he literally just read them like a book. Like, it's not like 100%, like, they're just gonna stand there. But, I mean, he just took the chance and... FlyQuest, what are you doing? Like, the Herald's theirs. Once you're dead, and who completes the TP? Talia. And she has to R away. And now you're pushing, you're getting the bot wave for sure. You're trying to push this. This is neutralized, and it is what it is. You know? He can start moving down this way, get the crab, and then maybe you could pressure this. You might have to defend this, depending, because like they probably will like push this out and like play for 2 lanes as well. But like it's just, it is what it is. Now for whatever case, he's trying to do like a quick play and it turns really bad, and then Busio, does Busio have to hook him? I mean, he's just looking flash, so I don't think so. I think he just has to run. And then Masu did the right thing. Masu did the right thing. If he goes this way, Masu has to flash, and it's really bad. I mean, Seer doesn't have flash. Okay, so he can't even do a play on him without dying, because he would flash and throw traps and kill him. I mean, yeah, I don't know. It's just a bad idea. It's a bad idea, and I think Busio should have just waited. Jensen did the right thing. Like, if Jensen gets a turret, like, at least they got something out of this play in the end. Oh. Maple is... He's dead again. So, okay, look. So he starts hitting this, right? And he has no R. They obviously want to go into bot side and help him. So that's like what they're going to do. Seju have R, Seju has no R. Jensen with the late flash. I mean, you know what's funny? You know what's really funny? So many, like, players try to flash this way to get behind the wall. But when there's no threat in front of you and you know these guys are going to be a little bit, why not flash this way? Like, if he flashes this way, he's out of the soldiers. Like the soldiers are like all here. Like, Azir's actual damage is all like in this space. If you're out of that space, he doesn't do anything. So Jensen should never die here, like, ever. But he does. Yeah, he really shouldn't die. And of course, Busio can't get out because he doesn't have flash, so he's just dead. Now the upside is that Blippo was also pushing top, so, you know, in the end of the day, FlyQuest took 2 turrets. They did it 1 for 1, but they got 2 turrets, so... I mean, as long as you're trading, right? Like, as long as you're actually progressing on the map, it's like, it's still okay. Actually, it was a 2 for 1, by the way. This guy just randomly kills himself, got it. Now they have Herald. Hey, what do they do? Okay, that was absolutely wild. That was actually wild. So, we're gonna push out top. Naturally, Azir gets to push out top next, right? Like, so... It's not what I want. We're gonna push this out, so naturally, like, Azir gets to push this on his turn. So then, again, Talia, like, Talia is second on this play. So Azir's gonna be here first. They already have advantage on pushing bot with Jarvan moving through, and their bot lane is just generally stronger, like has more pressure to get the mid wave. So they're clearly first to this play. Now ship FlyQuest contested. Only second dragon, not a big deal. It's not important at all. You just need to get farm for your Jinx and farm for your Urgot, because Urgot is an actual scaling champion who needs levels to improve his W, like, not his W, but his autos. Like, his autos get refreshed faster. I think the magic number is actually 13, I believe. I think it's level 13 is the magic number for Urgot. So, like, they will get better over time. Yeah, sure, Azir will be an issue. Yeah, Senna could maybe be an issue, but it is what it is. So if you're going to be second to this play and your contesting capabilities are basically like Nautilus walks in, Sejuani throws R, you're a one-shot team. Like, you just playing to one-shot with Jinx R and Urgot R. So as long as like PSG plays with range and they have control already, and your champions suck at dealing with that, it's a dead play. But Woody kills himself. Because Woody's like, oh man, look at this read I got, guys. And it's like, oh, never mind. Oh, Busio. Busio. Good Rumble R. Really obnoxious Rumble R. He should aim for Junjia always, because Junjia has no flash. Yes, Ozzy has no flash either, but like very unlikely people are going to be able to reach him, so it's just a bad Nautilus hook. I think he has not R. I don't know why, by the way, he's like teetering back and forth. Like at this point, I know he's died a bunch, but he should commit his body and actually toss it at him already, or to even toss it at him. Like if he's in range, just trust that this is going to go well, because this looks so winning, by the way. The second he jumps in, you need to read that this is winning. He doesn't read it. So bad play by Busio, great shit by the rest of the squad, and this actually could have turned into a full flipped play for FlyQuest to overtake and get Dragon. And that's all because Woody's just a dumbass. And now the range resets, and now they have to give up again. So literally, because of Busio, they failed to actually capitalize on getting a huge turning like fight and getting Dragon. So PSG prevailed again. Even though Woody literally inted, they prevailed. Holy shit. We wilding. Oh man. The funny thing about this play, by the way, is even if he flash hooks this guy, he's gonna get eaten by TK. And then TK can still, I mean, like, dude, this is just like It's just never a play, ever, to hook him. So someone has to respond on the bot, so that's gonna be Talia. Zier's first on mid, they have Herald. They're giving up top wave, so they're sticking to a... So this sucks for FlyQuest initially, but now FlyQuest is gonna have a timer to actually play the map because of like they force so much to do the mid turret. It's just, can they actually do anything with it? And it looks like no. Zier has to do one more wave, so they can do a fast play on bot wave. He's going bot to fix it again. So this is what I'm curious on here, because like once PSG does these like mid ramps, you know, you clear some vision top. Honestly, I don't know how much gold Chunjia needs. It looks like he doesn't have enough. I would just space. I wouldn't even do the Krugs. Like, I know he can do the Krugs, but if he also his support uses the rest of his swords, that's fine. If he actually bases versus, if he says, let's say he skips this and he goes into bot side with a Zier, and then Senna can roll out a little bit late while TK is going here, and Rumble can even go mid too. This gives them a really big chance play. Also, I feel like if I'm FlyQuest, there's definitely a possibility based like on how Inspired's playing that he is going to be bot lane. So you might want to call it out just in case. But for how this is, yeah, they actually could catch him out bot. Doesn't have TP, which is a little worrisome. You know, that's the only thing. Like, do you believe that they can like contest this and like take the Baron quickly? The Baron got buffed. Like, it does a little bit more damage. I don't think its HP is better, but it does a little bit more damage. And you have Rumble who has R to actually delay. I think it's fine to go for that.
Deal with that very heavy PSG engage, then FlyQuest very much have a route right back into this one.
Definitely agree with that. Well, that with 3-0 and the Black Leader and Tunnel, and you have a pretty tanky and sliding into that front line can survive quite a while and start to look for that execute combo with the slightly shot with the 30 on dead. If they get one Masu, they get excited. The fight begins to swing in FlyQuest favor. PSG don't have seconds. This jungle can clear out some vision. Quite able to get a little bit in the river, then towards the bottom side, just taking a stealth grapple himself. And everything's gonna be pretty slightly quiet for a moment here.
Now they're so late to the bot side, FlyQuest actually has partial control over this situation. And ooh, they actually get a mid play on this too. Woody, what are you doing, my man? So they know there's a ward on mid, so he shows on it, and then he shows on it again. Why is he going for a Q? I mean, it's just a good... This is what FlyQuest has done, by the way. Like, they've done this multiple times. Okay, we're just fucking trolling like crazy. Oh, Whipple with the fun, fantastic fucking Urgot though. And here's the thing. Remember what I said? These two champions, even Azir, like, all their CC is incredibly, like, reactable. Like, you can react to all this with Urgot so easily. Which, again, I'm not the biggest fan of Urgot in this game because of the champs, because they just have to play ranged and you're kind of useless. But if they go in and you time it right, which he has done, you're fucked. Literally, you're so screwed. But like, the Rumble R, like, honestly, he just needs to throw it this way. If he throws it this way, they can't even walk up. They're just gonna run, and it's a 0 play. He also could wait and actually tempt them to hit and then do it, and then when this guy goes in, it's a lot better. And then, like, Betty has, like, all the access to just hit as much as once, because if they use Sejuar, like, what are you worried about? You have, like, bull sums. Yeah, great Urgot, flipped him back. You're a one-shot comp, you know, like, you're literally entirely, like, your comp is entirely based on just, you hit someone, you Urgot R, you pull them in, and you're good. Crazy. Crazy. And so, for FlyQuest, you know, this game is going great, because even though there's, like, mistakes happening I will say, like, what Jensen's been doing inside has been correct. So he's doing, and this is what he's done in like LCS all the time. Like, he will go side more often than not, get farm, progress, and it's been incredible. Like, like it actually helps him so much because he becomes such a strong force. Even though he doesn't have kills, like, he's a strong force in the game. And I mean, they have Baron push, like Azir is like pushing out top side, so that's fully gone, which means that this is really hard to contest because Azir's not here unless you're gonna Rumble R, but like there's no point on Rumble R'ing. Like, what's way more important is protecting this. Like, if you give up this, that's fine, but you need to protect your mid turret because that's gonna be way more useful. Also, the side lane is the most prone to Talia R. Like, it's literally the best situation. If the Talia is mid, she can always move. So these guys are kind of like just dancing with fate. And Junjia should not go this way. Like, he should just go out, like, just get out. Like, literally run. But he gets trapped. Yeah, it was good traps by Masu. I mean, the traps also were literally for TK, but it caught Jarvan. And then Masu's playing in between. Ooh, man, I love that. So look, this is here, so he can't walk back, but he also doesn't want to walk into their turret, so he's just going to bounce between these two sections. Great. Absolutely love it. This guy doesn't have Nautilus R for 8 seconds. Does he need a Q yet? Definitely not. Ideally, if he saved his Q, he knows that Jarvan is the main play, and TK has to eat him. I think the idea is that he just wants to stop TK from eating, which is probably fine, actually. Umasu plays between these two little pockets. Awesome. This ends. They get this kill. He's on this guy. Kills him. He's threatening. Ooh, I love it. He's threatening the Zir while he's moving by. Great. Hey, Boot, can they help him anymore? They kind of need to get out at this point. It is what it is for Jensen. Jensen's just like, the way his champion is, it's just like not a great spot. Like, he's just getting like free hit, you know? He helps kill this guy. He's in a really shit spot. He panic flashes, which, I mean... You know what? Is it actually bad that he panic flashes, though? Because if he doesn't, the Zir soldiers are just hitting him. So this is actually probably good. Even though it looks funny, he would die sooner if he didn't do that. And then Busio... What about Busio? Busio has flash. If he flashes too Betty, he just dies. I'm not gonna fault him for that. But Masu pressures this guy. Oof. Nice. Masu wants to keep fighting because he has tempo. Masu played that really well. He played that super well, actually. It was just a bad fight position for PSG. I don't think there's really a lot they can do at that point. I feel like, literally, I'm pretty sure Junjia has to just run. Like, don't initiate the fight. Betty was in a good position to DPS, but he has... he should have just picked up one lethality item and dipped off it. I don't know if he should have pushed it into more. At the very least, he should have Knight's Edge. Like, I don't know why he has these two. Like, he should have Knight's Edge, because then, even though he has Cleanse, he can still, like, take the Sejuar and still have Cleanse afterwards for something else. Like, it really does make a big difference. There's Jensen. He's always shoving out bot. Even though he's down in CS, which I mean, is kind of funny, he is giving his team timers, and PSG has not made any moves on it inside. Like, none. Like, he's actually just freely pushing out. And it's not like Lycos had, like, firm control of mid situation. Like, it was definitely in PSG's favor more often than not. Now these guys just used both major ultis to stop a push, but that's great for you. Like, there's literally zero threat on return, to, like, for me. If I was FlyQuest, I'm like, okay, cool, sure. Betty's playing this well. Okay, we're slightly trolling. So look, here's the thing. He wants to go. Like, he literally wants to start this, you know? And he definitely could, because if they're tracking this, they know that this shit is probably still on CD. Like, they have an advantage. And I'm very curious if they actually can. Like, where's Jensen? Oh, dude. Okay. This is my take. Because they have this pink ward here, I think if Jensen literally wraps around and they have no idea, like, no one's paying attention to this shit, and he Rs, these guys are actually fucked. They will lose Baron, they will die, and FlyQuest will just wipe them. I mean, if they all die, they actually just win the game. And that's it. FlyQuest literally have a plan A situation where they can just win the game. Like, it's game winning. There's option B, which is just like, just chilling, like just like pushing them out. But this is like a lot more flat. It's like the flat play. And then there's option C where it's like, you're a wuss and you do nothing. So luckily enough, they're not there. Like, they don't do option C. They also don't do option A though. Jensen doesn't like actually go for the play. Like, Jensen just sticks with them, which is terrible. Like, if I'm in this game, like I said, if I'm in this game and if I'm Blippo especially, and I used my flash because they used 2 ultis, I'm honestly kind of happy, only in the sense that like I'm gonna use that advantage. If you don't use the advantage, then you kind of just lost your flash and you didn't really get anything out of that. No, but also I was saying like Betty's doing a good job because Betty's staying in front, knowing he has cleanse. Actually, he dips. But Inspired can't throw his R. Not yet, at least. Like, he can't use his R and then they flash, and then it's the opposite sense of like, oh, we have literally nothing. So Betty's positioning was pretty good, just to make sure like nothing odd happens. Yeah, they shove out. Equalize up in 5, 4, 3, 5. Okay, 5 seconds. So he goes too early. He just goes way too early. And it's Urgot. Oh no! Does Urgot not have E? Okay. I'm not sure if Urgot doesn't have E or not, but like if he does, he should use it. I don't know why he wouldn't. Does this guy have to? Oh man, he has to TK flash eat for that one. And Dragon's up in 30 seconds. So Urgot is taking a tempo reset. They successfully defended the Baron area just in case they try to go for it. And now they get a Dragon. And this is really funny because, to me, like I said, I don't think that Dragon was really going to matter. But now we're... Ooh, they didn't get it. Also didn't hit it. He needs the base for what? Oh, he had a fucking item. Oh, he needed... So they... This is kind of awkward, because once they fish them out here... Where's Busio? They have no idea they're here. Okay, so I'm just gonna say right now, if they actually wanted to kill him, also what is Masu doing? Masu's going to red. So Masu's not reading the same thing that they're doing. Because all this shit just happened, and they get first resets. And technically, like, if Rumble skipped the bot wave and Rumble went towards top side, and Masu went to red, this actually is an issue for Flag West. Like, this Baron situation would be a little problematic. So Masu's doing the wrong thing going for red. He kind of seems to be ready just in case to react. But okay, he's not here, right? He's not here, but Rumble's not here. So once I see Rumble, I'm like, okay, this is not so bad, this is not so bad. So without Rumble here, low key, this guy is kind of dead. Like, you cannot R him. Like, he could actually be positioned here already, like the Nautilus, instead of being positioned here. Yeah, of course, you know, they could walk up and then like, oh shit, like, you know, I need to like get out of here. But you have flash, you have hook, you're fine. If he gets not R'd and he tries to flash either way, he's dead. Like, there's no TKR. Like, this is gone. He's dead. Like, the combo will come out, these guys will try to force on you, and then it becomes an advantageous fight because at least then you... Do you have Jinx R? I can't tell. If he does have it, then it's still an advantageous fight. So, yeah, Busio really fucked this up. Like, he actually butchered that situation. That was actually such a more winning situation, and Inspired to is like also just like, man, fuck. Couldn't get it. And then with Dragon already being up, and so like they're late, technically they actually could have just started flipping the dragon a little bit and pulled them over. And in this case, you would move all your members over as well. The only downside is that Nautilus has no wards. None. Where are all of his wards? He places one there, which doesn't really matter at this point, because no one is shoving out top, so that ward doesn't have a lot of value. Having a ward around this area probably means a little bit more compared to that one. So he loses that one. For sure, warding here would have been nice. I'll be honest. Like, walking up and warding there probably would have been a little bit nice. And then he wards this, but here's the thing. You already have the pink here. So, personally, I probably would have just walked around and checked and saved this ward if I could. Especially because you're down to, what? I mean, actually, this one might be okay, because you still have 2 wards at least. But I feel like that one didn't matter as much. And also, keep in mind, this is the case of where they don't have their ultis. So, if you're going to flank, move around and flank. Right? Like, move around and flank. Okay, that word is definitely bad. So he would have had 3 words. Okay, so he would have had 3 words. And then... Then he wards behind them, which this one is actually good. So that's a good ward. So he would have had 2 wards left at this point. So he would have had 2 wards. Maybe even 3 wards, because that one didn't matter. But like, he probably would have warded somewhere else, so he would have had 2 wards. Now he just used another semi-useless ward because his Urgot already had control. So at this point, if I was him, you know, especially because they're going to get routed, I would have saved that ward and placed the mid lane ward, because that actually would have been a little bit more beneficial. This whole play happens, whatever. At this point, he needs to take a tempo reset. He actually should reset already. Like, I don't know why he's like fishing around bot side, but like, he should just hit B. Like, it's fine for him to like be here, right? Because like a fight's happening, shit's happening. And in theory, nah, the not ulti would come a little late. At the same time, maybe it's fine. Because for Inspired, Inspired wants to like clear this out, but I think Inspired should also be here. I don't think Inspired should be here. I think Inspired should be on the mid wave with them. And Inspired's R sucked, by the way. Like, I think he should just slow walk and not like insta Q, just walk. And this even looks more winning if Inspired doesn't play it this way. But like once this all shit happens, if I'm Nautilus, I just run here and I hit B. And then we take the wave in front. And no one sees me basing. And then that way he can be on the map with full wards. So even regardless, if I think he wasted half his wards, and of course keep in mind, if he didn't use like 2 out of 4 of his wards, he could actually ward the Baron. And it makes this situation way easier because then at this point you would have 2 wards, Busio would hit B anyways here. And then you will have 4 wards for the bot situation, right? I mean, he does... Okay, so he does actually get his base. But they would have had wards on the Baron. So this would not have been as, like, awkward. Yeah, it definitely would not have been as awkward. Holy shit, my fucking Jarvan is wilding here, though, no? I mean, he has no flash, but... Holy shit, maybe it was good. Huh. Maybe that was actually good. Yeah, I think Busio, the way he played the vision game and stuff, like this has not been that beneficial. It's not been that beneficial. They even had the rocket just because they're like a little scared, but I mean, that was not necessary. Like, look when they like move. Come on, like this shit is not gone that quickly, man. Unless he's trying to hit the crab. Man, that was just smart. I mean, the Urgot has no flash, and they're never reaching the Jinx, it feels like. And their main DPS, Betty's on the right side for whatever reason, which, I mean, I don't really agree with that. Like, I know, like, Dragon's up, and he's, like, moving this way, so he's, like, I guess he's able to pressure this guy off a little bit. But if you notice, like, Senna is doing absolutely nothing here. Like, if Senna was here and starting to hit him, yeah, this guy actually is super dead. So... And if they know that Jinx Rocket came from base, which it most likely did, like high chance, like it probably came from base, like from the direction it's at. Yeah, he just took the read, and Inspired had to react. I mean, once he not ours, Inspired needs to leave. Ooh, that's mean. He needed to trust Whippo would get out. He definitely shouldn't Q, he should run, especially because as the jungler, like, I mean, he can't die. If he dies, then it's, like, for sure, it's, like, done. But that was smart by Zhangji, bad positioning by Betty, and that was actually a terrible rocket idea by Masu.
Alright, Baron buff split push doing its work as they wait for Aji to push up on bottom side. Of course, that bottom side turret extremely low as well, so he just has to get a little bit in range. Doesn't buffed up. Trying to stay fairly safe. The rest of PSG here doing their work, poking the jungle. Make sure you can get it. Very safe little take there from PSG.
Alright, you gotta show me how this works, man, because my Rumble just pushed out bot, and we couldn't connect. Like, Rumble's pushing this, and once Rumble pushes this bot wave, he should connect with them. Like, he should connect with them. They can overtake this because now they can actually fight into... Like, this is their area to fight. Like, their area to fight. You can throw your Jarvan flag. And obviously, he has to be a little careful, so that's why you have TK behind you just to eat, in case that's the case. And, you know, that's fine. Like, if you have to use TKR to gain control, that's fine. But he doesn't connect, and FlyQuest realizes this, and they start taking a lot of liberties on, like, kind of controlling the space. And now Rumble moves, but they also don't have the bot wave, so they lost the bot wave, so any play on mid is a full, like, gambit. Lucio fucks up his Q again. Ugh. Fuck, man. I mean, he could just walk at them, by the way. He really could. So, Sechu just threw an art as soon as he could. Jarvan dunks on this guy, but Rumble is still not in positioning. I mean, he's not in any. They're not in any threat yet. I feel like Junjias is going too quickly. Maple is in a fine position. Maple at this point needs to hit the Urgot. Oh, there you go. Yeah, he dies, but like, that was obvious he was gonna die.
40 seconds on the death timer here for Jinjia. Flyquest trying to make the most of it.
What can they get? Equalizer available for Flash. I don't think they get anything here, Kobe. I think if this wave doesn't die before it gets to the tower, equalizer goes down. Quick, get he doesn't have the flash. There's the equalizer. We're able to walk out of it. Tank with the jack show. The Sterax property. And PSG forced Flyquest back. It's so hard. Outbound, pressure pushing to his ear and the center, and the rumble with the equalizer. So it's good pick up by Flyquest, get the kill. They weren't able to explode it into anything more.
Oh, this is exactly the excitement that people were hoping for and expecting from this matchup with PSG here. You remember back to last year's MSI, and PSG got eliminated in that last chance qualifier versus Goalie Guardian. So they're gotta be looking for some revenge against North America. They're playing this one extremely close. It is tower dive as Jinjia went into straight into the back line. Pressure onto Masu, but Inspire barely got it. It's enough time to get the extra couple of auto time there for Masu. And Sniper, as you said, able to nail the ultimate one to chase him down, but only ended up being that one kill worth of.
I will say, almost every single fight, so Junjia has not been able to find an appropriate angle to get onto Masu, and he has always been, for the most part, like he almost never has to flash, like in these fights, which is huge. Like he's like almost untouchable, and part of that comes from the fact that Urgot gives a lot of space. Like Urgot is giving a ton of space for Jinx to play the game. Like he's always in front. He always has his E at the right timings to kind of deal with what's happening. He's not dying. He's still 6-0. He's Little's kind of killing it. So here comes the same plan as always. You know,
Here we go. Flyquest with the double anathemas chains.
we're just going for the same targets. Jarvan actually gets caught. Ooh, Masu's in this one this time. It's rough. It's really rough. So it's like, is this the person you want to hook? Because they're already going to get access to the mid wave, which is kind of awkward, but you also could get access.
Here we go.
There is a world. I guess it really depends. Like, where's Talia? Talia just shoved out bot, right? She, in theory, could be here, and Talia are this to block them off, jump out here, and then they have to run this way, which gives you, obviously, full access, basically, towards the dragon at that point. And that way, when they're trying to run, when you hook, they have to turn around and get back to you. Rumble's not showing here, so most likely Rumble is like either like, and you also have a pink ward here, so Rumble's probably in this vicinity. He's definitely not behind you, probably. And this looks actually quite better. Because once they have to start like trailing away, like if they have to flash up, then you're like really chilling. But I feel like Jensen could have done so much more with his Rs and like his thought process on like how they want to fight. Because you know they're shoving up here. And you're already like in position enough, like it's good that FlyQuest literally walks straight into them, because it's like, oh well, like I mean we can't just like keep walking straight because now here's Busio. So yeah, he definitely actually could have turned around and done this. He also could start rolling up this way. Does he have flash? He does. I'm curious, could he have done that? He actually could stay here. And if Jarvan tries to tries to EQ, like he's not gonna hit. And then you what? You're gonna rumble ulti and then you're gonna play that way? He has Zonia's. Dude, Jensen should have done that. He could have done this, or he could have rolled this way and tempted them. And if they go on him, they're fucked. They're so fucked. Because Maple's here. Like, Maple's so far away, he will never do anything in this fight. And Jensen would have baited the shit out of them. But I think Jensen's playing too scared. I think he's playing too scared here. And I don't think Masu should be the one doing it. Because Masu doesn't have that... Like, Masu literally has... This is so funny, actually. Masu actually has the right idea in that, like, oh, I should pressure him to fight me because I have flash and I can bait something. But Jensen is actually the one who should be doing it. It's their positioning should be flipped. That's so funny that the rookie with one split is thinking better than the long-time experienced veteran. That's so funny. So, also keep in mind, he's like trying to pull the wave too, which, I mean, Okay, I'm gonna be honest. That probably is why, and it's not actually the reason I'm thinking of. Because more often than not, when you think of players being smarter than he actually is, he's not.
With the double.
But yeah, like he pulls him, so Masu should already be in position to hit. And then if Jensen's this way and you initiate, you're gonna Tiliar, right? Like you're probably gonna Tiliar or something like that. It really just depends on how you want to do this in the end, but it would have been better. But regardless, because also they have traps. Keep in mind, like there's still plenty of time to do like a combo. But he hooks. Where's the Nodar? He can't see, dude. Man, this fucking Senna is so obnoxious, though. No, like the Senna pops E, so he can't actually hit him right away. This was correct by Inspired. Inspired threw R onto Azir, so he can't hit. Actually, is it actually good? You know what's funny? This Azir's not doing anything. This is actually bad. I get what he's trying to do, but this is actually a bad Sejuani R. And once these guys get flipped, then we should not R this guy next. Yes, he can use his like J4 R, right? Like that's like the main issue. And if I'm Masu, he should have like kept moving this way, and then not R would have came through, would have hit them even more, and then you have Seju R afterwards, and this guy probably just pops. Yeah. So now there's no threat on Azir. Azir can just walk in, by the way. And Azir actually fucks this up. So imagine this. If this was Cream or someone, and you know that this is down, and I would have just walked in. Like, low-key, I literally would just walk straight at these guys. Like, the fact that Rumble's like, well, it's fine for Rumble to back off initially, but once this is all used, like, I don't know why he's turning around. He needs to just full front, like, just throw his face. He could ignite flash, and Masu has to flash away, and it's losing for FlyQuest. Like, it's actually more losing for FlyQuest. So, fault lies in how Inspired played, how Busio played, how Jensen played. Masu did the right thing. It's just, I mean, like, it's not his fault that his, like, other teammates just, like, kind of screwed this up.
Really, again, though, nice team by PSG, and you see how they played this in 2 steps, getting these big chunks first, not overextending in the first attempt, and after they've got the big health lead, pushing forward, really making a lot of use of this set as a sustain. The second look how it started with Busio, starting with the hook here, then Inspired actually uses this one over on the side of Aiden, shrugged off, and that's the Cataclysm of the whole thing combo we're talking about. Both Blibbo and Masu got a lot of value there. The Cataclysm guaranteed. The G-Rockets have been pretty fun to follow this game. Got a close one there, but nice little slip out, and that is a really good force on the Baron here for FlyQuest. You mentioned earlier, the increases the Baron damage. Those are the abilities, too. So as long as people are still cognizant and like dodging the abilities, I like the direction, but FlyQuest here, nice call and actually rushing it down, being able to use that too. But then turn on to PSG. A little bit, I got very nervous there as a possible open chase, but they did not overstep their bounds here. And this game is so incredibly close. We're going to approach 40 minutes in our very first game of MSI.
Oh my goodness, average game time around about 30 to 33 minutes. Most regions, 27 minutes past. Obviously, things like the second competitive tournament we see on 48 is in the EMEA Masters over in Europe. PSG,
Busio has no wards again. So he gets a full reset here. He has 4 wards. He throws 1 mid ward, which, to be honest, I don't like. If they, I guess it's fine if they plan to keep these 2 lanes pushed up this far. Nope. Literally lost that control a little bit already. I mean, the ward's like still fine, but he has no wards already. Like he had like that was not good by him. He should not use all of his wards already. Like you're playing Siege, so. I'm fine with them going through mid first like this, but then Blippo needs to go straight bot. Like, I'm not even going into the jungle, I'm literally going straight bot. I know why they're doing this, just to be a little bit extra safe, but like, I'm going straight bots because someone has to get this wave. And since Masu's the one who's getting this wave, which is improper, technically, like, Blippo should be the one to do it. They used way too many wards, man.
They've got one more minion wave worth of Baron buff, but his tower's pretty low. They're trying to force a little bit of extra damage right now.
Wave is just so good for making Look for a little bit more here. Ashok stepping forward, cooldown left on that equalizer. Gunja, you can see that Cataclysm tempting him the Archie. Right in his mind, dragging up him in 30, but that's the thing, if you
That was their Baron power play.
Jensen as well, as he's on his outcast items as well, and Azure has the quick move alongside the Andrews and Zonya, so there's a lot of damage on either side. It really feels like
I mean, I know why they're doing this, because like they had success with Talia pushing mid and then doing the R. And so the space in theory should let Masu hit this. And you even get the Rumble ulti. So at this point, in your eyes, you feel like you can force this situation.
This tower's pretty low. They're trying to... Yeah. They've got one more minion wave worth of Baron buff, and this tower's pretty low. They're trying to force a little bit of extra damage right now.
the wave is just so good for Maple and Betty though. Dawning Shadow.
It just is what it is. I mean, Azir is able to hit his soldiers on Masu, and they don't want to overdive because they could just die. So not a big deal.
PSG spinning to that fog of war, Dragon still 10 seconds away from spawning though. Whippo takes a little bit of damage. Whippo stepping in. Lucio locked up with the Cataclysm. He has some spawning though. Whippo takes a little bit of damage.
Okay, can I just say him going for the hook on TK is absolutely terrible. In this case, if he hooks him and he gets placed here, and these two can freely hit him, like this guy can't go forward because this guy is also could just hit him. So this is like terrible, like a terrible idea by him. And then he had the flash, but this is Jonjia's fault. Like, why is he committing his body to Busio? Makes no sense. Masu has flash. Oh, they know Seju's on the outside. And Bweppo's also on the outside. Ooh. Okay, there is a play here. It's a little dangerous, but there's a play here where Masu would have to flash and he would have to ghost. But he, in theory, could get in range to just like, even this moment, he could EQ R and Masu will be here. This guy can make up this range pretty much with his W, like walk up, place a W, E over, and they might actually be able to kill him, like Masu. And if he dies, it becomes really awkward because I'm only saying this because they have two people on the side. So there's a lot of access to this situation. Rumble will just walk up this way and flash over. But this is like one of the worst ideas. Like, he Jarvan R'd the Nautilus, and the Nautilus was inting. And also, did the TK dodge the hook? I think he just missed. Because the TK never even, like, shimmied. And he just... he just missed. It's really thankful he just missed. That's funny. Don't agree with this Talia wall. This was bad. Dude, that is... God damn it, man. Like, why does he R now? Like, no one knows you're here. You can pull the dragon. You can have Masu start hitting it. And when they start approaching you, then wall. Cut them off. Urgot's in their face. Fucking them all up because Urgot is an actual god here. But we do it this way. And, like, Masu can't help these guys. And Masu's trying to help. And, you know, Busio... At this point, like... Busio has to run. He probably should hook away, technically. But, you know, he has to run. And then Masu wants to help still. This is like, guys, like, they're really fucked. And maybe, like, the best thing Masu in theory can do is actually go this way. Because Jensen's, like, just dipping. Like, Jensen's not even helping. Jensen's not, like, pressuring. And Busio's, like, really low. And once he gets hit by this, it's like, oh, we're really fucked. And so it was fake. It was fake trying to help them. So they die, and that's the game, isn't it? That's the game, isn't it? Holy shit. Holy shit. That was the first game. That was such a banger, dude. What the fuck? Okay, MVP is incredibly obvious. It's Whippo. It's 100% Whippo, and then it's probably Betty. Like, yeah, it's probably Betty, Whippo, Betty, and then it might be Masu. Masu, and then I think like this is the order I would do it in, because he bought so much space for them. Like, honestly, the way he played the fights was a lot better than the way Inspired played the fights. Betty was pretty much untouchable, but that's just like the champion he was playing. And I think he could have played a little bit better at times, but like he did pretty good. Masu did great. Jensen could have done so much more. It's really sad. This guy actually could have like been 1v9 with his balls. He actually could have been 1v9. But wow, that's a banger game one. I'm really curious how the others go.